Alright, so the first time I saw the original Blade Runner was a few years ago at my mom's boyfriend's house because Blade Runner is one of my mom's boyfriend's favorite movies. And I was like, sweet, Ridley Scott, 80s sci-fi? Cool. And then halfway through the movie, I was like... Fast forward to now, and I know the sequel's coming out, so I'm gonna try to watch it again. This time, I know it's a bit of a slow burn, so now I should be more tolerant of it. So I tried watching it again. And halfway through, I was like... I don't know, I guess I'm just not a fan of the original Blade Runner. Sorry. This one might be good, though. Blade Runner 2049. So Blade Runner 2049 is the long-awaited sequel to Ridley Scott's cult classic from 1982, Blade Runner. Basically, in the future, mankind has built robotic replicants of human beings, and they're super strong, so they're built for slave labor pretty much. But some of these replicants went rogue, so some cops were assigned to take these replicants down and retire them. These cops are called Blade Runners. This movie follows a specific Blade Runner named Agent K, played by Ryan Gosling, and now he's got a mystery to solve. In the movie, I thought was, I'm not gonna lie, great. There's one very important reason I thought this movie was great. I'll get to it, but let's cover the characters first, as usual. Ryan Gosling, of course, was great as Agent K. He carries the entire movie because he's the main focus here. And that's as simply as I can put it. If you came for Harrison Ford because he was the main character in the first one, nah, you're making a huge mistake because he doesn't show up until way into the movie. The only reason he's on the poster is, for fan service. Fans will be like, oh yeah, he's back. Let's go see the new one. But the movie does a good enough job where you care enough for Ryan Gosling's character that Blade Runner fans are gonna be like, okay, I don't care if Harrison Ford doesn't show up until way into the movie because I care about Ryan Gosling here. Same with Jared Leto. I mean, he's on the poster, the main poster for the film. Jared Leto's there, but he's only in like 2 scenes. He's kind of a big antagonist, sure, but he's just not in the movie that much. At least not enough, I think, to be on the main theatrical poster. There's this one antagonist chick that should be on the poster because she's in a lot more scenes. The main chick, though, in this movie, I'll say I really liked her. She and Ryan Gosling have a really cool relationship in this film, I thought. It was kind of a unique spin on relationships that I'd only seen in like one other movie, and I liked it. But here's the big reason I thought this movie was really good. The first Blade Runner was like a little less than 2 hours long. This movie is a little less than 3 hours long. This movie is a slow burn. And while I was watching it, I was like, yes! Thank you for taking your time to tell the complete story. Nothing is rushed through. This movie gives us a lot of room to think about what's going on and breathe and, really take in the situation. How many movies this year have I said were way too rushed and don't give us room to breathe? This movie knows what I'm talking about. Which also means that other people might find this movie to be really boring, like I found the first movie. And I get that, really long movies are not for everyone. My favorite movie of all time is Lord of the Rings. That's a 12-hour movie. And it's really long and it's a slow burn. But I think so many movies and stories could benefit from the Lord of the Rings treatment. I'm just saying, I know this movie isn't really based off the book, the first one was, but if you're adapting a book to the big screen and it's a big long book, then make it a big long movie. Don't leave anything out. Everything is important. All the details, they help tell the story and set up the world. The visual effects in this movie, holy shit, acid trip. I'm just saying, it's really cool looking. I mean, you saw in the trailer, these big wide shots that look like some sort of weird concept art or painting or something. There are some scenes where it'll start like a wide shot of a landscape and you hear the bass drum just boom, here, boom, wide shot. I was just like, whoa. I actually said that out loud in the theater, whoa. Which makes it really engrossing. It takes you into its world and you feel like you are there. It's stylistic in that sense, and I dug it. So with the world building up and the story being told at a good pace, with characters I really dig and care about, I will say that you don't need to have seen the first one in order to get this one. I say that because I still have not seen the entire first Blade Runner movie yet, because again, halfway through, I was like, can't please everyone, I guess. Do I see myself watching this movie again? Sure, but not right away. This is not a casual watch. The humor in this film, if there is any, is very minimal. Which again, I was like, thank God. I don't want to laugh in every big epic movie. I just want to be blown away. Even the movie It, which I thought was fantastic, had a little too much humor. I'm always like, less humor and more awe would be great. And this movie did that. And the score, holy shit. It had a lot of the 80s synth that you remember from the first one, all that I'm like, yeah, this is sucking me right into the world of Blade Runner. Fans of the original will love the score, but it did get really loud sometimes. Like, say there's a scene that's really taking its time, it's really slow. For what seems like 5 minutes straight, it's just it's almost hypnotic. You're just like, staring at the screen. Really zen, Who would have figured it was written by Hans Zimmer and Benjamin Wallfisch, who just did It. Love that music, guys. In the end, Blade Runner 2049 I thought was really cool. I really love the characters, but I really just adore the fact that this movie slowed down and took its time to tell the complete huge story here. Great visual effects, great score. I was gonna give this movie my second best rating, but after really thinking about it, this movie resonated with me. So for Blade Runner 2049, I've got to say, go see this movie right now. So Blade Runner 2049, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.